Yes, I was able to see the past life connection on Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande Synastry charts without needing Cynthia's birth time. Ariana has her birth time on there, but I'm going to show y'all exactly what I was looking at. Fortunately, you don't need the birth time to see like a lot of the major planets. So sun, sometimes moon can be a little off, but sun, moon, Mercury, Venus, like north node, south node, all those things are very slow moving. So whatever time you were born, it doesn't really affect those planets. So this right here is Cynthia's chart, and this is Ariana's chart. So these are the things that I saw and I noticed that make them have a very close relationship, but also one that can have a very familiar effect. This was the first thing I noticed, which was, let me see, Ariana has a moon in Libra, and Cynthia has a north node in Aries, which gives her a south node in Libra. So when you have a south node connection with somebody's planets, that automatically shows that you have some type of past life connection, or you have a similar past, like something about your past, your childhood is familiar. Now, that can be in a good way or a not so good way, because South Node can sometimes be things that are we're familiar with but aren't necessarily healthy, can be old patterns, limiting beliefs. And if we're talking about South Node in Libra, this can be codependency. So they could easily form a very codependent relationship with one another, or in a past life, they did have some type of imbalance of a relationship dynamic where there was something off. So they have this codependency here where they're relying heavily on each other for some type of emotional balance or support, but more so the moon person, which would be Ariana. It's likely that she, being the moon person, took care of Cynthia in a past life. I don't know what type of relationship, but took care of her needs emotionally. So that could be why maybe the roles are reversed now, where it seems like Cynthia's taking care more of Ariana's needs now to kind of balance things out, possibly. Another interesting aspect that they share, they have two oppositions. They have opposite sun opposite sun, Mercury opposite Mercury. So Capricorn, Capricorn, and then Cancer, Cancer for Ariana. You notice that. So sun synastry and oppositions are super significant in astrology. And this goes with their characters so well, because in the movie of Wicked, their characters both were like opposites, like complete opposites, like night and day, which really shows when you have an opposition with somebody, you have what the other person lacks and vice versa. So the ways that they both express themselves are like mirrored. Okay, so how they feel on the outside is how the other person feels on the inside. And same with the way that they communicate. This can also be a very common like lovers or enemies to lovers type of placement, or enemies to friends, something like that, which is similar to how it was in the movie. But that is what the sun opposition gives, is like we're so different, but then when we get close, we see how similar we actually are at the same time. Another aspect that I really like that they share is they have a Venus moon. Ariana has a Venus in Taurus, and Cynthia has a moon in Taurus. Now, it's not at a very close degree, but the sign is still significant, which is really, really, really nice. That moon Venus aspect shows that there's this strong sense of compatibility with the ways you like to feel nurtured, the ways that you like to feel valued, expressing love. There's just this automatic feeling of safety and comfort, especially in the moon, both being Venus signs. Venus loves to be in the sign of Taurus and Libra. That's where it's most comfortable, and the moon is exalted in Taurus. So there is this ability for Cynthia to really hold space for Ariana, literally, because she is so emotionally grounded and secure in her own emotions, because the moon is exalted there in Taurus. So she's able to really help other people work through their feelings and ground their feelings, which is how we kind of are supposed to process our emotions. Now, something else I noticed that was interesting, one of the last things, is their Chiron synastry. So Cynthia has Chiron in Gemini, and Ariana has South Node in Gemini, because she has North Node in Sagittarius. That they have two different types of South Node synastry there. And so there's definitely something that shows that they have a trauma bond. in place, or they would have one. Either they've already shared it, whether it's like they shared one through acting, or they shared experiences, they talked about their traumas, their past, or they have like a similar childhood wound that is kind of coming out. Something in regards to the realm of Gemini, which is thinking, the mind, communication, could be regarding siblings even. And if this is a past life thing, this is some type of trauma that was created in a past life that is getting sorted out through this life. But that can be something that is essentially painful, brings up like some insecurities, especially for Cynthia, who has Chiron in Gemini. So yeah, Ariana could bring up some of these insecurities regarding thinking and communicating, and she may not always realize it. They both kind of can bring up some weird things, some familiar or unfamiliar feelings of trauma, or things that remind them of their past. But yeah, overall, they do have some pretty cool stuff going on. There's another one they have where Ariana has a Capricorn rising, Cynthia has her Capricorn sun and Mercury. So there's that sun rising or sun ascendant aspect there, which also shows an admiration for how the sun person expresses themselves. There's like a bit of a sense of familiarity there, and a attraction to appearance for the sun person towards the rising, which is Cynthia towards Ariana, and liking the way that they kind of carry themselves and the person that they embody. So there's yeah, they're not acting, they're really that close. There is a deeper bond there. There is like something spiritual there too. So that's what's going on between them.